Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Julian Bartlett, and I'm here to talk about the latest happening in Haiti. Well, actually, honestly, it's not the latest that's happening on Haiti. This problem in Haiti has been happening for, how can I say this? Maybe the last 60 years, maybe the last 100 years, but the crisis there is not new. The problem we have in the Bahamas is when Haiti's crisis continually and consistently remain in crisis, it consistently affects the Bahamas. It probably affects the United States even 10 times more. But when we compare our population to the United States, we're tinier. We're still in the same geographical location because if the United States is affected, we're like 30 minutes away from the United States. It means that we're affected. And if Haiti consistently cannot solve its problem, and I spoke to this all summer. I've been speaking to it for the last 25 years. I've been speaking to it especially in the last assassination because I knew the minute they had an assassination, which was the 5th, 6th, or 7th, they would be coming to our shores in larger numbers. And just as we suspected exactly what happened, they came to our shores in larger numbers. They actually came to the shores of Florida when Biden was in charge. Santos, the senator for Florida, also had to deal with it, and he sent a very strong message to Biden via bill. So did the Texan senator, or the person in charge of Texas, Mr. Abbott. He gave him a 200 million bill in Mr. Biden's hand when he finally arrived to deal with the migrant issue. I'm not saying it's all Haitians, but large majority is. So we have some latest news recently with regards to Haiti's and its ongoing crisis. It's not a new crisis. We all know it's not new. It's ongoing. And every time they have a crisis, in the Bahamas, we're affected. Now, I can give you about 20 issues we have with migrants coming from Haiti. For the fact that they are the majority of migrants that come to Haiti actually illegally. That's a major problem. That's actually a security issue. And when our government consistently do not deal with this problem, it becomes a not systematic problem, but it becomes a problem to our system. It's called the Bahamas. What system are you talking about? Well, we have people who come to our country under that diaspora of Haiti. They decide to just take land and settle anywhere, and Bob's your uncle. Now, I think it was 5 years ago, could have been longer, we introduced VAT in the Bahamas. And if we have land that's been taken and they start shanty communities, right? Now listen to me. These are the problem. I say it's 10, but only going with 3. They take the land, they develop unlawful homes, which is against our law, and they develop them in several different islands. And guess what? There's no transparency if we collected VAT. That's a major problem. Because on top of VAT, before VAT was invited by both governments, guess what? Food was expensive, cars, house, schooling, you name it. And when the government added VAT, it got worse. But we have a diaspora who come into our country and they have unlawful housing, yes, in the Bahamas, not just on one island, several islands, and we have no accountability if the VAT was collected in the last 15 years or 10, because it couldn't have been 5. sure VAT in the Bahamas has been introduced longer than 5 years. We have no evidence that this society, this societal migrants who come in illegally, stay illegally, and then they take land illegally, then they build illegally. Now, maybe the building supplies they get, they pay for on it, but we're not sure. But the stores that they have in these shanty areas, which are called flea markets, are taxable. And have we collected our VAT? That's security. Number one is security. Number two is land grab. And the overburden of our system, which is our school, which is our taxes, and which is any monies from our taxes that were never collected in perhaps, I'll give it a short 20 years. We have no government to prove that they did their job. And hence, we still have the problem. So why am I on today? I'm going to be really short because I want you to watch a recent announcement by Judge Shapiro, I think that's her name. I love her because she is like no freaking nonsense woman. She sees the devastation from all migrants, not just Haiti, okay? I'm sure she probably has some Haitians on her criminal board that has done some horrific things in the society of the USA, but she ain't taking the shit no more. She's telling point blank, the buck stop here. Now, I want you to hear from her yourself because I just recently heard about this, like, oh my God, I thought they were sending in a secret military to take and deal with the gangs. Now, before I show you, let you hear what she's saying, this is how I feel about the gangs, okay? When you read Haiti's political crisis that's been going on from 1804 to the worst one that happened in 2021 when the last president got assassinated. The gangs were always existing in that country. But what's more egregious with this guy, and I've studied his moves a bit. I studied his moves a bit. He actually was a police officer. But listen to this now. When I do my research on the presidents of Haiti, many of them were in military and overthrow, and then overthrow the next person in line. And guess what happened? They never stayed in power. I did a whole documentary on this, okay? All right, so what I want to show you first before I get started, because yeah, he inherited some shit, yes, okay, he did. But this is how they operate, literally. And I'll go over it again, but I want you to hear what she's saying that they're doing to alleviate the gang issues. And nobody could hide a gang. The man was an officer of the law in Haiti, gone rogue because he have a lot of politicians in their country who are rogue, and that's the only way to deal with them. Unfortunately for Barbecue, he was very public about his gangsterism. I've never seen gangs so bold in my whole entire life. He gets a whole interview by BBC. I mean, come on. Barbecue has also united many gangs. Okay, he united them. They're not just fighting against each other. At some point, he united many gangs. This is history. I don't make up things. But now, the United States finally get the balls to put their foot down on this, because every time they rear up in their country, it affects our country in the Bahamas. And we ain't having it no more. And I'm happy the United States finally get to do it, do what they got to do, because Biden didn't have enough balls to do it. And we can't take Haiti's crisis after crisis after crisis after crisis. Somebody got to deal with it. So I just want you to listen to this first, and then we'll start from there.
individuals, Jimmy Cherizier and a co-conspirator, Basil Richardson. It is a one-count indictment that was unsealed, and the one count has to do with conspiracy to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, also known as IEEPA, IEEPA. Jimmy Cherizier is also known as Barbecue. Do we have his picture here? Yeah, okay. He is a notorious gang leader from Haiti who has orchestrated and committed various acts of violence against Haitians in Haiti. He was sanctioned in 2020 by the United States government under the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act. And that is an act that has to do with the president having the authority to sanction globally anyone who was involved in human rights abuses. Now, Cherizier is also known as Barbecue, and his indictment is the first indictment of an individual in the history of the Department of Justice who has been sanctioned under the International Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act. Now, in terms of background, Barbecue was a police officer in Haiti, but he led many campaigns of violence against Haitians in Haiti, including the notorious La Saline attack in 2018. Notorious because he both planned and participated in the killing of approximately 71 Haitians. It is a turf war that has shocked the human rights activists in the world. His co-defendant, Basil Richardson, grew up in Haiti with Cherizier. He is a naturalized U.S. citizen who is living in North Carolina. He was also indicted under that same one count, and he is indicted for sending money to Cherizier, sending money from the Haitian diaspora in the United States to Cherizier. And knowing that Cherizier was sanctioned under that 2020 Magnitsky Act. Now, apparently he was a trucker who, although he was from North Carolina, was just picked up in Texas. Now, one of the things that is extremely important that you'll be hearing about from my law enforcement partners here is that the State Department has designated a $5 million reward for information leading to the arrest and or conviction of Cherizier. I want to let the public know that anyone who is giving money to Cherizier, also known as Barbecue because of his violent acts in his home country, cannot say, I didn't know that he was sanctioned by the U.S. government. They will be prosecuted, and we will find them because they are supporting an individual who is committing human rights abuses, and we will not look the other way. Now, this office is not unfamiliar with crimes of violence in Haiti. Several months ago, we got a conviction against an individual by the name of Joey German, who was involved in the kidnapping of 16 American
presentation. I'm going to pause it because there are others who are going to be making presentation and we'll pick up from there.
As a pun on words, but there's incredible violence going on there, which is why the State Department has gotten involved and why we have made the decision to make it very clear under the Magnitsky Act that we're coming after you if you give money to Cherizier. Now, I'd like now to call upon my partners, Acting Assistant Director of the FBI, Darren Cox.
Okay, so before we carry on, right? Before the next person comes on, I noticed that something from the Bahamas joined my live feed. Before I speak with Miss Bailey, because I know her very well, if she wants to speak, it's not something we have organized. So I let her be free to speak, but I just want to re-emphasize something here. I want y'all to draw in your mind, right? Look at Haiti's unstable political position. I'm not talking about the last event. I'm talking about for the last maybe 60 plus years. And I'm going to go back into my information. I've been showing everybody how unstable politically they've been. And a military man isn't the first time Haiti had a military police officer slash whatever his military abilities were, became a president. So this ain't nothing new. What the only thing new today is what America is doing under Trump. The crap gotta stop because too much people suffering. And it's affecting not just the United States, but it's affecting us in the Bahamas. All right? All right, so we got Miss Bain joining us. Ronnie, you want to say anything, honey, before I go on? Okay, so Ronnie, are you there? Because I noticed you came up on the visuals. Okay, so I'm going to go on further. Now, there is an appeal that there are going to be monies, and I'm not talking about a few dollars. I'm talking about $5 million for the head of Barbecue, a Haitian native, who was a police officer, who turned rogue, who united all the gangs, and that's affecting us in the Bahamas.
Yeah, girl, I would love to say something, but I don't know how to say it.
Just speak. I can hear you now.
You can
All
hear
right?
me?
No, I can hear you. As long as you heard what I say, go ahead. Give me your 10, 20 cents in this matter that I'm just showing here.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't realize to know that Barbecue was that deep. He's a menace to society. Jesus, Lord, they really need to arrest him like ASAP. Wow.
Ronnie, do you know that Barbecue as a gangster was interviewed for about an hour or plus on the BBC? Like BBC's representatives?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes,
I'm glad I
ma'am.
didn't. Wow.
Yes. And he spoke out candidly, like how me and you talking right now.
Wow.
And with a gun in his hand, Ronnie, with a machine gun in his hand.
Yeah, he don't care. He have no respect for no one. He don't care. They need to get that nigga right away now. They can't be playing with him.
Okay.
Boy, something have to take place, man, like ASAP. This is too much going on, man.
It's too much. And the public are not aware how deep this thing go and how consistent they are in their actions. Whether they're gangs, part of gangs, living in the neighborhood, coming to our country illegally, staying illegally, and weighing down our country illegally, you know.
Exactly. Let me tell you something. The big shooter there the other day, the Wild Wild West shooter, that was something. I couldn't believe that. And you know, some of those guys, and they were Haitians.
No, inform us. I wasn't aware. Please tell us about it. I have no idea.
Well, someone told me that. I'm not sure how true it is. But the person said a few of them were Haitians, and also with some kind of something going on right now. They call a Baptiste name. So when you hear that name Baptiste, that's a Haitian name. So a lot of these people, I don't know much about the shooter, but I just heard about it listening to different people. But I heard a lot of them were Haitians, like Haitian Bahamians and whatnot. So when you hear that, that's exactly who they are. When you hear Haitian Bahamian, their asses are Haitian. And we need to accept it what it is. It is what it is.
Okay. Okay, but I recall where two Bahamians and a Jamaican got caught in Haiti and they got killed.
Oh, that part. Yeah, I know that part. That was it. That was
all right. Can you elaborate on that one then? Or
yeah, I could.
Okay. Tell us.
Sorry, you said something?
No, tell us about that one.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm only hearing now. Just only gap seed.
Oh, I thought maybe you listened to the news because I saw it on the news and I saw it on Facebook and I saw it on the media. Remember, it was a big brawl where the prime minister took almost 2 weeks, remember, and didn't even came to the rescue. We're not even certain they have the bodies of the Bahamians.
They don't have it. They don't care. Tell that brave Davis, he don't care nothing. He don't care about his
Well,
own people.
we don't, we have to call him the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Davis. That's all we can call him. So people who
That's
listen
true. Not
to him
no
know what
brave.
he's saying. Yeah.
I agree. I
Right.
agree. No
You
brave.
remember he did not, remember this, Ronnie? He did not come to the rescue of the Bahamian bodies over there. Remember, 2 weeks later, he come with some lukewarm press release.
Foolishness.
And
Yes.
then remember, Turks and Caicos had an alteration going on where they had a huge announcement, huge press conference, the helicopter everywhere, carrying on with the gangs.
Yep. 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 So something going on. Our prime minister, he needs to get the heck out. He needs to go. He needs to go. We wasting too much time and Bahamians acting too passive, calling it Christianity. And I'm sick and tired of that. They really need to stop this foolishness.
Yeah.
If we don't do something about this, we ain't have no country here. Like I say, Bahamians have to nip this in the bud. We cannot wait for other people to do it. We have to nip it in the bud and stop talking foolishness with parties and all this foolishness when our country is going down the drain. And I'm so sick and tired of it.
Well, that's why I reinforce Haiti's crisis isn't new, right? And every time they blow up, which they blow up all the time, right? You know that.
Yeah.
It affects the Bahamas, right?
It does.
Okay, that's my point. And that's a security risk.
That's right.
Okay.
So when they blow their friggin' nose, or when they catch clothes, they say we blow our nose. And
Exactly.
it's true.
Precisely.
It's very true.
All right, so let me just play some more since I want everybody to hear, because a lot of people like myself, I didn't know this was happening. I think this happened yesterday with the judge Pereiro or whatever her name is.
Okay.
The judge that is working with all agencies to deal with Haiti's matter, and then there's some rewards. So let's listen further, okay?
Wonderful. Okay, cool. All right.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Darren Cox, and the Acting Assistant Director of the FBI's Criminal Investigative Division. I want to thank our partners here with us today and our international partners for their hard work and partnership in combating transnational organized crime, which threatens the safety and security of communities both in the United States and abroad.
Okay.
Under Director Patel's leadership, the FBI is focused more than ever on crushing violent crime, cartels, and gang activity every single day. Since January, the FBI, with the help of our law enforcement partners and community members, have arrested 3 top 10 fugitives. We've arrested over 19,000 criminals, and we've seized thousands of tons of narcotics, which have saved millions of lives across the United States. The American public and criminals should know our agents and our partners are using every tool available to put criminals behind bars and keep America safe, and we will not stop. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the men and women of law enforcement, backing good cops without hesitation. They're taking the fight directly to the criminals, and they're restoring order. These efforts are a deliberate and coordinated plan to protect our communities and confront escalating threats from foreign terrorist organizations like Viva Unsoon and its associates. Tackling these networks means addressing every link in the chain, every cell, especially in the United States. As you've heard in today's announcement, that includes a $5 million reward for key members of Viva Unsoon and Jimmy Shazier, also
That's
known
barbecue.
as Barbecue. We know someone has information that can help end this violence, and we want them to come forward and know that they are safe in doing so. Today, I want to highlight the amazing work the FBI and our law enforcement partners do every day to disrupt and dismantle violent criminal networks, just like that of Barbecue and his cronies. Our FBI Miami office has worked closely with our international partners to track down Shazier and his Viva Unsoon partners and associates in the United States.
Wow.
On July 23rd, one of Shazier's most trusted associates and a named co-conspirator was taken into custody. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and 2 days later, he was released. 'Brazier' Richardson was investigated by Miami, and he was arrested by our FBI Houston office without incident.
Amen.
Violent actors like Shazir and the rest of his criminal associates must understand there is no safe haven for them
About time.
and the people like them that traffic violence in our communities. The FBI and our partners will continue to leverage all of the resources available and the expertise that we have to bring these people to justice. We urge anybody with information related to Shazir or any of his criminal network to contact the FBI through our tips line or our local field office. You can also call 1-800-FBI, and you can go online to fbi.gov/tips. Together, we will stop this violence. Thank you.
Okay, let me see if anything else to be said with regards to Haiti's situation and the gang leader who have united many of the gangs in Haiti because he claimed he wanted to be the next president of Haiti. That was another thing that I felt somebody should have dealt with. The BBC, when they were interviewing him a couple of years ago, why you allow a gangster to come up on TV, make claims like that, saying that you want to be the next president. Hold on a second. Clement, hold on. I want everybody to hear this. Clement, you want to be the next president of Haiti, knowing that you are a gang leader, because it don't make no sense. You allow gang leaders to get up on BBC. BBC is from the United States, to make claims like that. You know what message you were sending BBC to Barbecue and his gang associates? And the gangs who were trying to get Barbecue, because there's another gang that he's not going to unify with Barbecue. So I'm happy they're dealing with it. It's a good thing. It's a good sign. So let's listen further, and then I'm going to come back and talk about Haiti's beautiful, stable politics. All right? And they will fight, and they will continue to fight. But I'm hoping, because this isn't the first time the United States has intervened, I'm hoping that it's the last time. And I hope they fix their crap. But it's the Haitians in Haiti who are fighting each other that's causing the confusion with themselves. And we ain't having that crap in the Bahamas. No, no, no. We see it keep coming though.
Well, Ivan Arbella,
Let's
Assistant
listen up.
Director for Homeland Security Investigations. The unsealing of this indictment marks the culmination of a nearly 3-year investigation into Jimmy Shazir's illicit activities and involved identifying Shazir's firearm procurement and trafficking networks, fundraising operations, and the movement and misuse of U.S. dollars in violation of U.S. sanctions. Sanctions fuel gang and terrorist operations that have oppressed and devastated the Haitian people. Shazir's shift from Haitian law enforcement to violent gang leader was marked by his alleged involvement in the 2018 La Saline massacre. This horrific event resulted in 71 murders and the destruction of 400 homes as civilians residents of La Saline neighborhood in Port-au-Prince were caught in the middle of a gang battlefield with chaos and destruction. Over the years, international organizations have linked Shazir to several additional instances of human rights abuses. Today marks a significant step in bringing his reign of terror to an end. It's the principal investigative component of DHS, responsible for investigating, disrupting, and dismantling transnational criminal organizations and terrorist groups who are seeking to exploit the customs and immigration laws of the United States. HSI worked with our federal partners to identify Shazir's various methods and networks, using U.S. assets and financial institutions to fund this gang, procure weapons of war, and extend its power. Scope of investigation falls on the HSI's counter-proliferation and export enforcement mission to detect, disrupt, and dismantle illicit procurement networks operating on behalf of foreign adversaries, terrorist groups, and transnational criminal organizations. Criminal groups utilize complex strategies to acquire American weapon systems, sensitive technology, financial assets, and other resources to commit crimes across the globe, endangering Americans both domestically and abroad. This case has been a great example of federal law enforcement agencies working together to leverage each other's strengths and unique authorities in furtherance of a common.
All right, sorry about that. I may have accidentally pressed the thingy button. All right, so let me see what I just heard just now. Oh my goodness, this is worse than I thought. Oh my God. Okay, a couple of years ago, you probably don't remember this, but a couple of years ago, the Haitian local gangs, the Haitian local gangs out of Nassau said they were gonna start a gang in Freeport, and we raised hell. Now this is several years ago. We don't know to this day if they ever came to Freeport, because sometimes our Bahamian security could be lackadaisical. Did you hear? You probably didn't hear what the gentleman said just before I accidentally mute the information. He said that they have a network. A network. I need you all to go back and listen to this in details. And their connection is in somewhere in North Carolina. And they traffic the guns. And they have donations sent from the United States to Haiti for his gang activities. Because we always wonder why there were so many machine guns. Remember we had a machine, they were showing us all this ammunition, cash, bullets. It was like they were gonna have a coup. And we all know Haitians have coups. That's how they established Haiti, through a coup. He said they have organized their connections where they actually sent in money, and they were able to arrest his partner somewhere in the United States. I want to say North Carolina, because I've been to North Carolina or South Carolina, and honestly, who knows what's going on there. This thing is big. This ain't no little small thing. The reward is $5 million because they mean business. They want to put an end to barbecues, gangsterism, because it's not helping Haiti. And this is probably the only way they can help Haiti is to eradicate the gangs, and then maybe they can have their election, which is already 2-3 years late. All right, let me just see what else they're saying here. And I really want everybody to go and listen to this themselves to see how well organized gangs are. And they are operating in the United States. You can imagine what they're doing in the Bahamas, right?
Good afternoon. Thank you, U.S. Attorney Bureau, for hosting us. Thanks to our law enforcement partners. And I'm Chris Lambert. I'm the Senior Bureau Official of the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs at the State Department, or known as INL. Today, the Department of State, along with our federal law enforcement partners, is taking action to protect our nation, protect the American people, and protect the hemisphere from foreign terrorist organizations, or FTOs. The Department of State is announcing a reward offer of up to $5 million for information leading to the arrest and or conviction of Haitian gang leader Jimmy Cherizier, also known as my colleagues have said, by the name Barbecue. And there's a poster right here related to this reward offer. We're offering this reward for Cherizier under the Transnational Organized Crime Rewards Program because he is the leader of Vive Ensemble, which was designated by Secretary of State Rubio as an FTO and specially designated global terrorist organization in May of this year. As Secretary Rubio declared in his designation announcement, the age of impunity for those supporting violence in Haiti is over. We seek the public's help in bringing Cherizier to justice for not only the people of Haiti, but also to prevent the spread of Vive Ensemble's unchecked violence throughout the hemisphere, including affecting the United States. His reign of terror and mass violence against Haiti must end. The instability resulting from his actions has the potential to drive illegal immigration to our borders and increase transnational crime. The State Department will continue to apply its tools, including rewards programs, to combat the scourge of transnational organized crime and associated violence, and especially to stop the worst of the worst criminal ringleaders threatening the people of our hemisphere. So I'm going to repeat the information mentioned by my colleagues. If you have information, please contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or HSI at 1-866-DHS-2-ICE. Help us find and convict this menace to the hemisphere, Jimmy Cherizier. Thank you.
Okay, so I think that's basically
Questions?
it.
Yes,
That's basically it for now. And then they go into some reporting and so on and so forth. So we see that the United States is serious, right? $5 million is a lot of money, but I also discovered that they have a network in the United States. But then again, I think they knew this for a long time. But I wonder why Biden couldn't find this and Kamala Harris couldn't find this. That's the question I gotta ask. All right? Why they couldn't find it? Huh? You see how much suffering when you don't have the right leader in place to do the right thing? Do you see how many gangs, and you can Google it yourself, Google how many gangs in Haiti, barbecue, united many of them, but he did not unite all of them. We are a skip and hop from Haiti to the Naguas, and they've been coming to our shores, and we do have a security issue. I told you we have over 10 to 20 issues, but security is the first one. That is a big problem because we are a small population of people and we've been having too many devastating crime. And yes, as a leader of an organization, I have seen the names that were officially from the official police department, and they were not Bahamian names. But yet, just like Biden, we have Davis, the leader of our country. Oh, we don't have no crisis. We don't have no criminal issues in our country. But I don't know where the hell he lives. But if you ask the society of the Bahamas in its entirety, are you feeling very safe to be walking out at nights and a woman walking down the road just to go pick up something from the store? And they will all tell you categorically, it ain't never safe unless you with a gun on your purse so you could do what you got to do if you get attacked, because the police never have a car available. But yet, the friggin' Prime Minister of the Bahamas could go dressing up, travel over to the friggin' world and say we don't have no crisis in our country. Anytime Haiti have a crisis, which is consistent, we've had a consistent problem from Haiti. Mark my word. And I'm going to show you proof of that. People trying to protect their sovereignty. We're trying to protect our culture, our children. And you don't think Haiti's problem isn't affecting us, Brave Davis? That's what you're trying to tell the Bahamian people? You're trying to tell me Haiti is not affecting the Bahamas. It has always affected the Bahamas. And you have not dealt with this matter prior to you not dealing with it when Minis, which was the former prime minister of the Bahamas, he didn't deal with it. Davis, the sitting prime minister now, was the actual deputy prime minister on the other side. And before that, he was always there and never dealt with this. He's taking the same approach as Biden has. The same thing. There's no difference. Thank God Trump got big balls to do what big balls got to do. And I'll say it just like that. And I mean it like that. All right? Haiti chaos continues to affect everybody involved and every country involved. This is not a play. Okay? When you have over 10 to 18 to 20 gangs in that country called Haiti, they see the United States as a free market, especially under Biden. You heard the authorities said barbecue have a network in the USA, and they were sending money to fund whatever chaos they wanted to maintain in Haiti. And now the United States has put a stop to that, and the hunt is out for barbecue. Unfortunately, he inherited a bunch of shit, but he was always an officer of the law. He knew what was involved with Haiti politics. And gangsters act like gangsters all the time, no matter what suit they put on or what gun they have in their hand, if you all understand what I mean. So, Haiti's instability. Where should I start? I don't want to end here, people. Because when you're not informed, you'll be walking around in the Bahamas like a target and don't understand what's happening in your country. I don't want to say the wrong word. All right? Bahamians are too kind-hearted, too nice, and they don't understand the culture of Haiti. And if they understand it, they've allowed it to fester in our country, and we can't take it. We've only had 4 freaking bloody prime ministers. Haiti had over 60. And I can read a little bit about their prime ministers. All right? But I'm happy the United States is doing what they're doing. Okay? It's a great thing. And let me tell you what the patriotic Bahamians of the Bahamas is really concerned about. Well, first, we're concerned about a security issue. You got that. But we're more concerned about the instability in Haiti. And this ain't nothing new. Their political instability, unfortunately, has been going on for 218 years. I'm really trying to make it sound a little better for them. I'll say in the last 100 years, it's really been bad. It's really been bad. That's why I say their crisis did not arise, did not start when Trump became the president of the United States. He meant that. Okay, Haiti political independence, yes, started in 1804, right? It has been marked by chronic instability, characterized by frequent coups. Yes, see, it ain't new. Dictatorship, foreign intervention. See, the president of the United States is nothing new. You're the only one who did it. Biden tried. Trump tried before, and now Biden tried. I think it was Bush, and I think it was Clinton who tried. It ain't happening. And I can tell you how many times they tried. Many times the United States intervened. I'm praying it's the last time. They've also been plagued with foreign intervention, well, I say it's foreign intervention, and assassination. Haiti political instability stems from a combination of internal and external All right. Can everybody hear me? I keep seeing my across the screen a mic cross. Can everybody hear me? I need to know because I kept people calling and texting. I don't want to stop that. I just want to end here by showing you Haiti's instability, but I need to know if can you hear me? I just need to know, can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Can somebody just tell me if you can hear me, please, before I read in short Haiti's instability? Okay. All right. So like I was saying, right, it's plagued with all this stuff. Assassination, yes. International intervention, that can go from support with military, as you see right now, that can go from $300 million pour in, that could go from non-profit organization helping them, and guess what? Ain't nothing solved. they kidnapped the nonprofit organizers and asked for $17 million. Okay, we can be real. All right. So that's the problem Haiti's going to have. It's always going to have coups. It's a dictatorship, so that's why they need to go solve their own problem. But let Trump do what he has to do. I'm happy he's doing it. All right. Haiti's political instability stemmed from a combination of internal and external factors that have persisted since its revolutionary birth. So keep that in mind. And here is some of their Haitian position as in their presidents. All right? They've always had chaos. I believe Haiti had a coup, but Haiti didn't have a plan to deal with its society. And unfortunately, that's not the world's problem anymore because the world has come to their rescue. All right? So let's listen to this for a second. Haiti's leaders, right? From 1804 to about 1990. Remember, I had to put this in parts. Jean-Jacques Dessalines, remember him? He only lasts 2 years. He got assassinated in 1806, all right? From a malicious elite opposing his land reform. Boom, he gone. Next one came in, Pétain. He lasts 11 years. Good for him. I'm happy for him. All right, and he ended up getting sick, and of course, he moved on. Then there was Jean-Pierre Boya, 25 years. I'm happy. He stayed for 25 years. Good for you. Wonder what happened to you. Let me see. United Haitian rulers, longest tenure, overthrow and exile to France. Okay, it didn't end happily. Okay, Charles Harad, 1 year. What year? From 1843 to 1844. He got overthrown briefly by some revolt. So you see, it's always been a revolt. It's always been there. That's in the 18th centuries. Then you have another president, 2 years. He died of natural causes, but he lasts 2 years. Good for you. Then you have Jean-Baptiste reached 1846 to 1847, 1 year again. Here comes the turmoil. It continues. He died in office, right? Let's read on. Then you have another president who lasts 2 years. Good for him. But then again, eventually he was overthrown. He came back in and did another 10 years. But eventually he got overthrown. But even worse, he was executed by rebels. Now, who could possibly be these rebels? I mean, I assume they had gangs in the 18th century, late 18th century. Okay, from 1870 to the 1900s. Over 30 leaders had very short terms. I'm reading this short because this is just hydrate me. Jean Claude. Everybody know his nickname, Papa Doc, Duvalier. These are different names that come in 15 years. But then his father, Francis Papa Doc Duvalier, the father of Baby Doc Duvalier, came into office in the 1957 to 1971, 16 years. Yay. But y'all look at the effects. Look how many presidents they've had and the chaos they've had. No, somebody have to say it because it do exist. All right? They all had, between the two Duvaliers, because there was a son and a father, it totaled in 31 years in total of family ruling together over Haiti, those poor people. But that's their people. We can't change the history of Haiti. We can't renew the history of Haiti. Haitians have to do that. Okay? Our country is called the Bahamas, and their country is called Haiti. Two different type of people. All right, so let's get back to Jean-Jacques Dessalines. I think it was in 1806. He was, I think he was ambushed and gunned down in Port Rogue by some malicious officers opposing his land redistribution. Hey, they're strong about their land. Let the Bahamian open their mouth about their land. And they call us, what they call us? Something, but I ain't even repeating that. Then we have someone called Sylvan Salvain, something like that. In 1869, he's time unknown, captured by rebels, tried and executed by firing squad in Port-au-Prince. And it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it continues. Another Locuti, something like that, in 1912, midnight, killed in explosion at a national palace, likely bomb and planned by political rivalries. Okay, all right. Then another president, Sam is his last name. 1915 morning, he was dragged in the front of the French embassy by a mob. I can't even read it no more. I mean, it keep going and going and going right up to 1915 to 2021 when there was another assassination by Juvenile Mozik. Haiti's crisis is not new. That's what I'm trying to establish here. I am happy the President Trump is doing what they're doing. I'm elated because somebody have to out somebody fire. Too many people are being affected by Haiti's instability thanks to their political leaders, 60 of them. And that's where the problem should lie. But anyway, I wish Mr. Trump all the luck, and I hope he fixes it, because if he does, it helps us in the Bahamas. But don't think that we're sitting on our hands, everybody who's listening to this. We are not sitting on our hands. We're all ready to deal with the Haitian migrants. Those are the ones who come into our country and tell us they're here to stay. I come illegally, and ain't nothing you can do about it. There's more you than there's more us than you. And Colombian necktie. Boycott, boycott, boycott. Oh, I see. Y'all think we're going to sit back and allow, y'all think that we are our mothers and fathers. We're not. And we're never afraid to step up for our freaking country, because your country is destroyed by you and your own people. You can't blame it on the United States. You can't blame it on China, and I believe they try to send y'all money. You can't believe in all those countries that I've read that send y'all millions, I won't say billions, upon millions. Don't blame it on us. It was your leaders, Haitians in Haiti, and the ones in the Bahamas, that your leaders that allow and use you as people. But don't come into the Bahamas thinking that we're going to just sit back and allow you to take our country and turn it into your country. We have laws, we have a constitution, and who is not, is now we're feeling threatened more than anything, have to be returned back to our country so we can have some sanctity in the Bahamas. This, what's happening, ain't working for us no more. All right? We want it better in the Bahamas. We're going to have to do this one ourselves. So I think we're more than ready to deal with the Haitian matter, because we have a leader in the United States called Mr. Trump and his team, who are going to deal with their country's issues and how they want to see the United States play out, and no gangs taking over, and no network going to take over, and no more non-profit organization who pretend they want to help the Haitians in the Bahamas, and the Haitians are gotten worse. No, it's time for you all to be returned back to your country of origin. You didn't respect us. You tried to bite the hand that fed you. And now we want to clean up our house. And it's our rights to do it by our Constitution of the Bahamas. So I give kudos to President Trump and his team, Rubio, Judge Bureau, all of you. The ICE lady, the man at the border, Texas. Good for you all. Do what you gotta do. All right, everybody, I gotta go. That's it. I'm done.